This is my prediction for UFC 274 Oliveira versus Gaethje, starting it off with Brandon Royval versus Matt Schnell. I do not know why this fight is on the prelims, even opening up the prelims. At the least, it should be a featured prelim fight, headlining the prelims. But, the UFC loves disrespecting their flyweight division because this is a top 10 fight too. So, it is what it is. So, Brandon Royval, unorthodox striking. Matt Schnell has tight hands, but it isn't anything Brandon Royval hasn't seen before. Schnell does have the jiu-jitsu, but the same can be said about Royval. Honestly, everyone in the flyweight division has jiu-jitsu, but Brandon Royval, the way he operates on the ground, on the feet, just his fight style, just a really high pace. I know Matt Schnell has good cardio, but Brandon Royval is probably on a different level. His pace that he fights at is really high. He's a dangerous fighter too. He's Tony Ferguson. He's not Tony, but this is the closest to Tony we have, probably in the UFC, or prime Tony I'm talking about, because Tony's on this card. But Brandon Royval, he has a really durable chin, really high pace, and really good cardio. Really active on the ground too with his guard, and he likes to throw a lot of unorthodox stuff. I know that leaves him out of position many times, which he was winning that Alexandre Pantoja fight, but got himself out of position, got himself submitted. But in this fight, Matt Schnell, his jiu-jitsu, he isn't a top 5 fighter. And we've seen that on his record. He lost to Bontorin. Royval beat Bontorin. And Matt Schnell just can't replicate the things that Pantoja or Bontorin did, because those guys are much more stronger. And when I look at Schnell, he's probably like the weakest out of the entire top 10 of the flyweight division. So I think Brandon Royval he's dangerous. High pace, unorthodox. He's going to catch Matt Schnell with something, probably a spinning elbow, because he's probably going to look for it again. And if he does leave himself out of position, he's going to scramble like I don't even know how to describe it. He's going to scramble out of there, and his jiu-jitsu could probably get Matt Schnell into trouble too. So I'm going to go with Brandon Royval, first round TKO. He's going to find that chin of Matt Schnell and put him away for good. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but he's going to put away Matt Schnell in the first round, probably by spinning elbow or something. This is the closest to prime Tony we have. And we got 2 Tonys on the card. Let's go. Hopefully this fight will be fun. And yeah, Brandon Royval, first round TKO. Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lauzon. Going to be a banger of a fight. It should be higher than Shogun versus OSP. I don't know. I do not know why, but this is criminal. Donald Cerrone and Joe Lauzon is probably going to be a banger, because I also seen a headline from BJPen.com that Joe Lauzon says that he wants to blitz, or he plans to blitz Cowboy in the fight and just leave it all out there, because he believes this will be his final fight. Same for Donald Cerrone. So, man, this fight's probably going to be fun. And it's really close because both of their chins is obviously not there. They had many wars. They've been KO'd many times. Look how many losses they have. They have a total of 32 losses. That's a lot of losses, okay? And a lot of them were by KO. And Donald Cerrone, 39 years old. Joe Lauzon is 37 years old. It's a really close fight, but I think I got Donald Cerrone. He has the reach, the power. Same for Joe Lauzon, but Donald Cerrone, I feel like obviously he's much more technical on the feet than Joe Lauzon. The jiu-jitsu is both on good sides, so what? On both sides. What the hell did I just say? The jiu-jitsu is good on both sides, and I feel like if they go on the ground, it's going to be interesting, but I feel like Donald Cerrone can hold his own on the ground against Joe Lauzon. Both of these guys are old, but when I look at Donald Cerrone, he's been fighting, obviously, much more deeper competition, and it's a close fight, but I'm going to put my money on... Not money, I'm not going to bet on this fight, but if I had to put money on it, I'll put it on Donald Cerrone. So I got Donald Cerrone, second round TKO. I think when Joe Lauzon comes in, he's going to get cracked coming in. it's going to be a good fight, I believe. So, man, yeah. Donald Cerrone, second round TKO. Shogun Ruha versus OSP2, the rematch. Another Legends fight. Even though I think it's not going to be as fun as Cowboy versus Lauzon, Shogun does have that pressure forward style, and he's going to do it against OSP because OSP allows everyone to pressure him. But Ruha is going to take the middle of the octagon, control the octagon, and then try to look for big power shots on OSP, see if he can get him to quit in there. But Ruha quits too, to be honest. When I watched his last fight against Paul Craig, I saw like little to no resistance before he got finished. So there's a chance that Ruha can quit, and that's why I'm counting on it, because OSP can land those shots when Ruha is coming in. It's probably going to be the same fight as the first fight, because that's how the first fight ended. OSP caught Shogun when he was trying to rush in against the cage, caught him with a hook. But I think this time Ruha is going to take his time, be a little bit more patient, just keep stalking him down, but not overly, like, he's not going to rush him like how he did in the first fight, because he doesn't want to get knocked out again, obviously. So he's going to learn from his mistake. But the thing is, OSP will have time to set up his kicks, and he's not going to be as crowded as much. So I think he's going to land really good kicks. I feel like he might just like condition Shogun by throwing kicks low, and then find a high kick, and probably just Ruha just gets wobbled, and then he might just quit in there. I don't know. It's a really close fight because both of these guys kind of quit in their fight, but I hope this is a fun fight. And I got OSP by second round TKO. No, first round TKO. I got OSP by first round knockout or TKO. I feel like he's going to find that kick to just put Ruha away, and Shogun's not going to resist, to be honest. He's 40 years old. Both of these guys are old. But Shogun, in his last fight, looked like he just quit. He doesn't have the heart. I don't know. So, but respect to both of these guys. These guys are legends, especially Shogun. He's a former champion. But I got OSP by first round TKO. Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. I honestly hope someone pulls out of this fight, because we do not need to see it. But if it does happen, Michael Chandler, obviously, he has the power. He has the athleticism. He's been looking good in his last two fights. Tony Ferguson has been dominated. His last two fights, didn't even win a single round. Didn't even come close to winning a single round. But there's still a good chance of Tony Ferguson winning this fight. Okay, so I kind of don't agree with the odds, because the odds are like almost a plus 400 for Tony Ferguson. But yeah, Michael Chandler, he kind of has this one in the bag. But the thing about Tony Ferguson, the thing about Michael Chandler is his fight IQ. There's a big possibility Michael Chandler tries to entertain the crowd, and he gets in trouble for that. Because the thing about Tony Ferguson, he's unpredictable. And if you rush on Tony Ferguson, there's a chance that Tony Ferguson can pull something crazy on you, and you just don't see it coming. The ones you don't see coming is the one that hurts you the most. So I can see Michael Chandler coming in the fight with the mindset of trying to prove to the fans that he's going to be the one to knock out Tony Ferguson out cold. And when he cracks Tony Ferguson, he's probably going to be rushing him. Even if he doesn't crack him, even at the start of the fight, he tries to walk down Tony Ferguson, control the octagon. There's a chance that Tony Ferguson could probably catch him with like a spinning elbow or something. But because Tony Ferguson's confidence isn't there anymore, he's been on pure defense mode, there's a good chance that Tony Ferguson could survive this entire fight, because his defense is actually pretty good. It's unorthodox, but it's effective. The only way Tony Ferguson gets dropped or hurt badly is if he's the one on the offense. So there's a chance that Michael Chandler is going to take a while to find that shot to land on Tony Ferguson. So I'm going to have to go with Michael Chandler. Second round TKO. Some bullshit, man. And Tony Ferguson, he has a good chance.
yeah, Tony Ferguson has a really good chance. But man, Michael Chandler is just too much. But his fight IQ could be his downfall. And Tony Ferguson's unpredictability plus Michael Chandler's IQ gives Tony Ferguson a good chance. So brain says Michael Chandler, second round TKO. And my heart says Tony Ferguson with a first round submission. Probably cracks Chandler, gets the front headlock position when Chandler tries to shoot, and subs Michael Chandler. So yeah, Michael Chandler, second round TKO. Co-main event, Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza for the strawweight championship. Rose Namajunas obviously has the striking advantage over Carla Esparza, but Carla Esparza has the wrestling advantage over Rose Namajunas. I wouldn't say grappling advantage because Rose Namajunas has good grappling defense. Or honestly, not her wrestling defense isn't actually that good. So there's a big chance Carla Esparza could regain the title. But Rose Namajunas showed that she can get up from bottom against Zhang Weili. Even though Zhang Weili isn't, I want to say, as good as Carla Esparza on the ground, but Zhang Weili does have good stand-up. And Rose Namajunas did have to worry about the stand-up. And I feel like Carla Esparza might be a little too one-dimensional for Rose Namajunas. And Rose is good off her back. She has good jiu-jitsu herself. And she has good cardio. And when you look at her first fight against Carla Esparza, she was really reckless or wild in that fight. Leaving herself out of position, making it easier for Carla Esparza to take her down. And the techniques that Rose Namajunas would throw would tax her stamina or cardio even more. So Rose Namajunas is much more calculated. Obviously, because this fight happened a long ass time ago. That was Rose Namajunas' first fight in the UFC, and this is after many fights later. They rematch again, and Rose Namajunas showed that she's really good by beating like the top 3 strawweights: Jessica Andrade, Zhang Weili, and Joanna. So Rose Namajunas, she has good cardio, underrated cardio. I used to think her cardio was bad, but yeah, I don't think Carla Esparza has that cardio advantage over Rose Namajunas, and I feel like that's what you need if you're Carla Esparza. So Esparza still has a good chance, but I reckon Rose Namajunas is going to work from bottom if she does go on the ground, create damage, or Rose Namajunas could land her own takedowns on Carla Esparza. There's a chance. Plus, Rose Namajunas is faster on the feet and much more dangerous, so and her cardio got better. Cardio is everything for Rose Namajunas. That was basically the chink in her armor because against Jessica Andrade in the rematch, if that was a 5-rounder, honestly, Jessica Andrade finishes her in the 4th round. So, but I got Rose Namajunas 5th round TKO over Carla Esparza. Defends her title, but there's a big chance Carla Esparza could win if she can utilize that wrestling. But I got Rose Namajunas in this one. And still. Now for the main event, Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje for the lightweight championship. I can't wait for this fight because this is going to be a really entertaining fight. It's going to be the most entertaining fight on the card. The stakes are high, and these guys are just fun fighters. They're both dangerous fighters. They're looking for the finish. And yeah, both of these guys, dangerous stand-up. But the thing about Charles Oliveira, he has dangerous grappling too. So Charles Oliveira has no threat of the ground game. He can basically do whatever he wants, just like how he did against Dustin Poirier. I know Dustin Poirier did catch Charles Oliveira coming in, and the same thing could happen with Justin Gaethje. But I feel like Charles Oliveira still has, obviously he still has the heart, but if he does get dropped by Justin Gaethje, he's not going to go out cold because Justin Gaethje's power isn't really like that, to be honest. He doesn't have lights out power, and yeah, Justin Gaethje, I reckon he's going to be on the back foot the entire time of this fight because against Chandler, I understand they were kind of going back and forth, and he caught Chandler coming in, and Chandler's a pressure fighter. Oh my God. Same for Charles Oliveira. So there's a good stylistic matchup or Justin Gaethje did have time to prepare for that style that Charles has, that forward walking pressure style, and he caught Chandler coming in. But Chandler was shorter, and he likes to level change. Charles Oliveira might threaten a level change against Justin Gaethje, so Justin Gaethje could catch him. But Charles Oliveira is long. He's way longer than Michael Chandler, and he has way better weapons. He has way better weapons than Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler only has his hands and some calf kicks. Short range, he's a shorter guy, but Charles Oliveira is a longer guy. He can throw those calf kicks longer. He loves to throw those front kicks, those jumping front kicks, crane kicks. I kind of see this fight going like Lee versus Oliveira, but Justin Gaethje, he could catch Charles Oliveira coming in. But the thing is, Charles Oliveira, I feel like he's going to use those long-range weapons to tire out Justin Gaethje. And Justin Gaethje does have to fear the takedown of Charles Oliveira. Even though he did defend the takedowns against Michael Chandler, Charles, the way he grapples is way different compared to Michael Chandler. When Charles gets in the clinch, he's going to hold on to that clinch. And he's going to press Gaethje to the fence. And he has good knees and elbows. Justin Gaethje is one-dimensional, and he doesn't have that many weapons, to be honest. He honestly has a good rear uppercut, good lead hook, and a really good leg kick. But Charles Oliveira has like almost all the tools in the world. Front kicks, round kicks, straight punches. He throws better straight punches than Justin Gaethje. A good hooks, actually, clean hooks, and he throws knees, elbows, flying knees, jumping crane kicks, makes it unorthodox, because Justin Gaethje didn't really see that at all against any of his opponents. Charles Oliveira is just like, he's honestly, like, I know because a lot of people brought up like, oh, Charles Oliveira is like the prime Tony Ferguson, or like Tony Ferguson 2.0, and I never really seen that, but I could see like the unorthodox unpredictability from Charles Oliveira with those strikes, because he caught Dustin Poirier off guard. He was landing a lot of good knees to the body of Dustin Poirier, and that's the weakness of Justin Gaethje, his body. Michael Chandler was exploiting that in the third round, and he was winning. And Alvarez exploited that too and beat Justin Gaethje that way. So I feel like Charles Oliveira, he has way more tools to win this fight. And when I see him pressuring Justin Gaethje, I see Gaethje giving him a lot of respect because of the takedowns. And the grappling of Charles Oliveira, when he does shoot the takedown, I believe he's not going to get the takedown initially, but he is going to work in the clinch and tire Gaethje out in there. And that's Gaethje's biggest weakness, is just grappling cardio. Like, he gets tired. He doesn't even know any jiu-jitsu. Charles Oliveira is like, he has the most submissions in UFC history. So the grappling of these two is like, it's like night and day. So there's way more tools for Charles Oliveira to win. The tools of Justin Gaethje on the feet is a lot of close range shots, but Charles Oliveira has long range weapons. So I reckon Charles Oliveira wins. Eventually he'll get the back, I feel like he would get the back. He would shoot a takedown, probably go for a duck under, or just hold him in the clinch, tire him out, knees to the body. Eventually Gaethje's going to have to quit or give up something, and he's going to submit Justin Gaethje. He could even knock him out too, or drop him. So I got Charles Oliveira, first round submission, and still, I kind of don't like Justin Gaethje because he was acting like a brat after he beat Michael Chandler, which was like a back and forth fight. He's coming off one win to get a title shot, and he told Islam Makhachev to fight a top 5 guy when he is a top 5 guy. So, man, and I hope that Justin Gaethje doesn't ruin a Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev matchup, because that's kind of my Khabib versus Tony 2.0 matchup. my new dream matchup for the lightweight division. And hopefully Justin Gaethje doesn't ruin that like how he ruined Khabib versus Tony. But yeah, I hope this is going to be a fun fight. It's going to be a fun fight. But I reckon Charles Oliveira gets it done in the first round by submission. And yeah.
On to the rest of the card. Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams. Close fight, but I'm going to go with Chaos Williams. He got that power, that athleticism. I know Randy Brown has that. Obviously, he's a much better fighter technically, but his technique isn't that crazy level. Like, he's not that top 15 level. But the thing about Chaos Williams is his athleticism, his explosiveness, strength, and power is up there. And he's improving. Well, he should be because he's 28. So, yeah, it's a close fight. It can go either way, but I reckon the athleticism trumps the technique of Randy Brown. Randy Brown isn't it's not like he's Stipe Miocic against Francis Ngannou. He's just a good fighter, but Chaos Williams just has crazy power. So, Chaos Williams, third round TKO. That's what I'm going to go for. Or no, second round TKO. Francisco Trinaldo versus Danny Roberts. I'm going to go with Francisco Trinaldo. The odds are close, and it is going to be a close fight, but Francisco's been looking good. In his last 5, he's 4-1. His one loss is to Muslim Salikov. Not that bad. And Danny Roberts, 3-2 in his last 5. And his chin is kind of suspect, to be honest. Francisco Trinaldo, he's kind of he's good. He's good. I believe in the veteranship of Francisco Trinaldo. I know he's 43? Jesus. It's going to be a close fight, but for some reason I'm just trusting in Francisco Trinaldo. He isn't falling as bad as some other 43 years old, but he is fighting unranked people. So maybe that's why. But Francisco Trinaldo is good. He's a good fighter. Oh my god. Yeah. Andre Fialho making a quick comeback after 2 weeks after knocking out Miguel Baeza in the first round. I believe he's going to do it again by KO in the first round. Miguel Baeza is really good. He's a really good technical fighter. But Fialho has that power, and he put him away. So I feel like he's going to do the same to Van Camp. Van Camp isn't as good as Miguel Baeza. Yeah, I feel like he's going to... 2 weeks, he's still fresh. I'm talking about Fialho. And, yeah, just 2 weeks coming off of a KO win. He took a little damage, but nothing too serious. And he must be really confident right now. And, yeah, he switched on. So, Andre Fialho, first round knockout. And then Tracy Cortez versus Melissa Gatto. I got Melissa Gatto, but I got her by decision. I don't think she's going to finish Tracy Cortez. She can come close to, but I feel like Tracy Cortez is going to try to grapple this entire fight. Melissa Gatto is she looks like she's ripped, bruh. And she's strong. She got good power. She got everything. So I trust in her, but Tracy Cortez could win this by decision, obviously. I could see her laying on Melissa Gatto for the entire fight, but I reckon Melissa Gatto will probably shake things up with her power and just her dangerous, because she's a dangerous fighter. So I reckon her dangerous skill set, her power, her submissions, will shake things up in this fight, and she'll probably get the win. I'll go with the 29-28 decision for Melissa Gatto. Close fight, though. It's pretty close. All right, so that's all for my predictions and my picks. The rest of my picks are on the screen, but the card itself, it's a great card. Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje, just absolutely amazing. A title is on the line. Same for Namajunas versus Esparza, another close fight. I like these competitive, entertaining, high stakes bouts like Oliveira, Gaethje, Rose versus Esparza. They have everything on the line. It's fun, and it's legacy on the line. And then Chandler versus Ferguson. Not really looking towards that, but I am like just thinking about the fight and what Tony can do, and the unpredictability of it. Kind of gets me interested in this fight. So I'm interested to see if Ferguson can make the fight look competitive or land good shots on Chandler, because I want to see if Ferguson is like truly done. I know in the Dariush fight it looked like it, but I don't know. I still have hope. But this might be like, if he gets dominated this time again, I mean, you can't really blame him though. He's getting dominated by top guys. Chandler is like, he honestly like, he's a terrible stylistic matchup for anyone in this division. I'd choose him over like almost everyone except for maybe Islam Makhachev, but I'll give him a really good chance of beating Islam. He almost beat Charles. He almost beat Gaethje. I think he could beat Dustin Poirier. Michael Chandler's a beast. Dariush, top 5 now. Some people kind of underrate Dariush, but his ranking spot is a little overrated. So, but Dariush is good though. I think he beats a lot of people in this division. Like I think he probably beats Conor, but I don't know. It's a close fight between Conor and him. But Conor isn't even top 10s. I mean, top 5. So, yeah, I think he'll give Islam Makhachev some problems. Depending on how close he makes the fight with Islam, he has the potential of doing that. He has the potential of winning. So, yeah, Benito Dariush is good, obviously. Charles Oliveira is literally the champion. He's the best lightweight in the world right now. And Justin Gaethje, obviously, the former interim lightweight champion. He's a top guy. He's a top fighter. Beat Michael Chandler. Really good guy. So Tony hasn't lost to any bums yet. As far as of right now, it depends on how he loses. If he makes it competitive against Michael Chandler, I'm gonna pick Tony to beat like some of the guys like around like the 15 to 20 area. So I think Ferguson can still put up some fun fights if he makes the fight competitive with Chandler. But I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that. But again, Chandler is elite. So yeah, but Ferguson, unpredictable. Hopefully he makes something happen. I'm praying. OSP, Ruha, Shogun. Not really that good, but they're legends. Hopefully it's a fun fight if Shogun can bring the pressure and put on a fight. Cowboy versus Lauzon. That's a good fight. The name value on the main card is good, but like the stakes. I understand Cerrone versus Lauzon can be fun, but the stakes are not there. Like, man, put Royval and Schnell in the main card. They're top 10 flyweights. We gotta give them some respect, man. Top 10 flyweights. Royval beat Kai Kara-France before. I don't know why Kai Kara-France and Askar Askarov's fight wasn't the co-main event of Blades versus Dawkins. Doesn't make any sense. Flyweight is fun. Flyweight, especially Royval, it's fun. I mean, except for his fight against Bontorin, but that's Bontorin. Bontorin makes, like, when you watched him fight against Royval, he was just holding on. That's all he was doing. He would pick up. I mean, like, he's really strong. Like, he's like a weight bully. He struck with Matt Schnell, and then against Kai Kara-France, he almost finished Kai Kara-France. So you got to give him credit there. But when he was fighting Royval, he was just holding him down, trying to. Yeah, I don't know. Just that last fight was a bummer, but all of Royval's other fights are pretty good, so that should have been on the main card. I think Shogun versus OSP 2 should have been on the prelims. keep Cowboy and Lauzon on there, but put Royval versus Schnell. Or you can put maybe Randy Brown versus Chaos Williams, because both of these guys are on the rise. I reckon the winner of this should get a ranked opponent next. So that's another like high stake matchup right there. Trinaldo, just another fight for him, and then yeah, the rest of the card is just some solid fights. But the stakes of Royval, Schnell, Brown, Williams should be on the main card or closer on the main card. So yeah, this card is good. This card is, I'll give it 8 out of 10 on the stackness, on just how stacked it is. It's pretty good. Yeah, we've been waiting for a pay-per-view because these fight night cards have been trashed. The main events have been pretty good. I mean, except for Lemos Andrade, but I mean, that's on name value. The performance of Lemos Andrade was pretty good, but finally we get a full card of good fights, solid fights, and really great fights like Royval versus Schnell, Cowboy, Namajunas, Charles Oliveira, and maybe Tony Ferguson if he can make something happen. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, like and subscribe. Peace.